everybody, and welcome to Geeks and Drinks. I'm Jason.
I'm Jordan.
And let's start off with the thing.
Oh, the thing, yeah, the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that's... So yes, the first trailer for the all-female Ghostbusters version was released just yesterday. And, you know, there's sometimes you get trailers where people go, yeah, it's really cool. Or people who are, like, universally like, we'll see how it goes.
I feel like it's been pretty unanimous. Like everyone's like, this movie looks like shit.
Yeah. They did this whole little bit at the beginning. It was like, remember 30 years ago where this first movie was made?
Slow single note piano music playing the original theme.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know, let's go a quick shot of the firehouse. Let's get that, you know, the nostalgia in there. Now, guess what? That shot is probably never going to be anywhere in that.
Well, no, that was the conversation that we had.
Mm-hmm.
Because you and I started carpooling to work, so when you're like, oh, yeah, it came out, you're like, you have to watch it. I'm like, I'll watch it when I get in. You have to watch it.
Yep.
And immediately afterwards, I remember the big question I had was, they keep saying reboot?
Or is it a continuation?
Yeah. Is it a reboot or a spiritual successor?
But the fact that when you look at the trailer itself, only hints of everything from the first... you know, movies.
Well, yeah, like
was in the first 15 seconds of the trailer,
yeah,
and
like
that was it.
Once you get the ghost with the red circle around it,
yeah.
Once you saw that spray painted,
that was it.
No more references to the originals at all. I mean, they've mentioned, you know, cameos or who are people who are going to be in it.
Right.
And I told you what I would love to see.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Slimer's back, but Slimer can talk now because he's fully resurrected, and it's Bill Murray as Slimer. Like, just a self-aware version of Slimer.
But see, that'd be Bill Murray in a nutshell anyways. Like, anything that he's in, and it's one of those, like, you know, ensemble pieces, he's still going to take over. No matter how big or little his role is.
Do you have any regrets? Garfield, mostly.
So...
second best cameo in a movie.
Oh, God. But... Alright. Oh, who was it that's basically... Was someone was... Our friends basically was looking at this and went, this is essentially an SNL skit with a budget.
No, that wasn't any of us. That was me quoting Philip DeFranco.
Was it Philip DeFranco?
Yeah, it was what we talked about today. And when he said that, it definitely seemed spot on. Where it basically looks like a Saturday Night Live skit that went on for way too long.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, we'll see. And considering this thing has a rumored budget over $150 million.
Who's back in this turd again?
It's, yeah. Doesn't say.
Either way, I'm not looking forward to it.
Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
$150 million budget from Sony on this thing. Did we really need to
No, it just means when this bombs, we're gonna miss out on something cool.
Well, okay. I mean... Same thing happened with Disney, Tomorrowland, and then we lost Tron 3.
Yeah. Bullshit. I'm just saying, what if it's going to be the same thing?
I mean, but can we call this to be a bigger bomb than what we're predicting with, like, say, Suicide Squad?
I think this will be worse than Suicide Squad.
You think worse than Suicide Squad?
I know people that are actually excited for Suicide Squad.
No, that's...
I know a handful of people took, I mean, it could be good. Like, I want to see it. Whereas this is just across the board. Everyone's like, yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah. Oh, well. But, yeah. Speaking of box office bombs, let's see. Most likely this will include, or be included in future versions of these types of articles. Screen Rant did a recent post on, like, the 12 biggest box office bombs that... everyone predicted, and they're pretty spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Things like 47 Ronin, John Carter.
Disney's John Carter.
God, John Carter. They put so much into that thing. It was like, what, $350 million for, like, marketing and production.
I don't know. I remember seeing it and going, wow, that looks all right, I guess.
Yeah, that's a thing. The Lone Ranger.
I liked. I'm just going to throw that out there.
You liked it?
By no means a good movie, but I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Well, did you like Green Lantern, though?
Fuck no.
Okay, good, man.
I had to see it like 3 times. In theaters.
This one, everyone saw coming when they first announced that they were working on the pre-production for it. Jupiter Ascending with the Wachowski siblings, I have to call them now, I guess. did they really need this? I mean, they spent almost $200 million on this. Guess how much they made?
Huh.
$18 million.
Ooh.
Yeah, that didn't even probably cover like what Channing Tatum's
Yeah.
budget plus Mila Kunis, and that's about it.
I'm not a huge Mila Kunis fan, so I already didn't give a shit.
Yeah. Jack the Giant Slayer kind of fell under the radar for me. I saw like a trailer and that was it.
Yeah, I remember seeing a trailer or two going, I'll watch that. It looks like it could be good.
Yeah.
And then never did.
Yeah, $200 million to create, well over $100 million additional in terms of marketing, and let's face it, it just tanked. So that went nowhere, obviously. Earlier on, Stealth, back in '05, it had a oh, geez, that's right. I'm just looking at the poster of this, I'm like, oh yeah, there's aspects of this I totally forgot about this.
Don't look at it. It's only going to make you sad.
$135 million to make, and it made, I mean,
70 cents.
$77 million is not bad. You didn't make the halfway mark, but still, in 2005, that's still a hell of a lot of money. The Adventures of Pluto Nash. Who greenlit this thing?
Bill Murray. Or not Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Eddie Murphy. He needed the paycheck.
Because that's all this was. This was a paycheck movie. When you look at this thing, it is classified as one of the worst bombs of all time because it had a budget of well over $100 million and it only brought in $7 million worldwide.
I was part of it. I saw it in theaters.
You saw this in theaters.
Oh, yeah.
I watched like 15 minutes of this in like stars. And I went, nope, change channel.
Nope. Saw it in theaters.
I'm sorry. Jeez.
I tried to tell you, I like to watch bad movies.
But have you watched Battlefield Earth in theaters?
God, no.
Okay, at least you have that part.
Did you?
No.
I don't believe you.
No, I saw the trailer and went, nope, never. Yeah, it was... yeah, no, it was bad. Less than $75 million to make. It only made about $29 million, so it's not the worst performing one here, but there are so many things about this movie, L. Ron Hubbard aside, that it was just bomb. It was just a total bomb. The other one that's on here, Pan. I was actually hoping this was actually going to do kind of decently. Until I started reading the reviews of... like
that was one with Hugh Jackman, right?
Yes, Hugh Jackman's in there. This was all the other one that we were looking... I looked at the trailers and went, okay, maybe I can go check it out.
I've never seen that poster before. That looks terrible. Look at that boat. Why does it have neon Jolly Roger written on the back of it?
Because why not? This is Moulin Rouge all over again.
Look, Moulin Rouge wasn't that bad. It wasn't great.
I liked Moulin Rouge.
Hey. Granted, I'm biased because the majority of the movie centers around an attractive ginger. But once you get past that like beginning Baz Luhrmann bukkake of a scene, the movie itself is not that bad.
Just enjoy the spectacle.
So many jump cuts.
Yeah, it's very true.
Not a YouTube video. Learn how to edit.
Yeah. Side note about that, they made the announcement recently that performances that are shown on YouTube, basically like YouTube shows and whatnot, are now eligible for Golden Globes. Yeah, so these things like PewDiePie scares and whatnot could theoretically win a Golden Globe.
PewDiePie to go away. He's one of those things I just don't get it.
Yeah, I never got it. Wrapping up this list of the biggest box office bombs that people saw way ahead of time. You had Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, which I was.
But see, I didn't see that. I mean, I even saw it in theaters.
I saw this one 3 times in theaters when it came out.
I saw it once, and at the end, it's like I want my money back. That was terrible. And they're just like, Jordan, you can't do that if you've already you watched the entire thing.
You can walk out like 10 minutes into it and then get your money back. That's about it.
Yeah, I know, I get that, but it's like I sat through most of it. It was like, no. Actually, sorry, I sat through all of it. Like, I want my money back. Like, I'm okay with the fact that it just stole my time and zapped me of all joy. But I'll be damned if it takes my $10 too.
Oh.
Had Alec Baldwin.
Could have been good. And of course, number one is Transcendence. There are some aspects of this movie I actually enjoy, but then that I can't stand that ending. But this is also one of those things that people thought, let's get all these hot actors right now, people who are really big right now, throw some weird, heady, spacey, idea. Throw Christopher Nolan in there, as like that type of style, and just make it put $200 million at it.
Well, this was riding the coattails of Inception. Like, they had to try to do something like that. For every good movie, there's a bad one.
And unfortunately, this was a bad one.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, fucking look at Tombstone and White Earth.
Yeah, very true. Ghostbusters will most likely be on this list if the trailer is to be foretold of anything.
Look, I just want it to make enough money to where Sony doesn't cancel anything good coming out soon.
Mm-hmm.
We might as well talk about it now so I don't get pissy again.
Go for it.
Sony did announce that their plans are no longer canceled to make a Venom movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I would hate for them to turn around like, well, we lost too much money on Ghostbusters. We don't have the money to invest in this anymore.
That'd be a very bad thing. Considering this big old deal that Sony and Marvel put together, that they had this whole cross MCU kind of thing going on. Do we need things like, a full Sinister Six movie? Probably not. Having a Venom movie? Hell yeah, you do.
That one I didn't understand.
Sinister Six?
Yeah, it's like Sinister Six. What about Venom or anything else in Spider-Man? Why are you so hard about the Sinister Six?
Because if you do something like that, you have a much more of a thought that you can get a lot more people in there, a lot more actors, a lot more big-name actors to play this, and we turn this into an even larger franchise.
Because
bigger.
What's the one thing that hasn't failed the Spider-Man movie franchises? Overpopulation.
I mean, I understand why Sony's still going to be making more.
One villain, fantastic. 2 villains, nah, we need more. 3 villains, fuck, this failed. How do we make it better?
Paul Giamatti.
What if we do 6 villains in a movie and make it all about them? Like, you are missing the point of all of this.
Mm-hmm. Plus, if you're going to turn around and basically state, okay, so he's actually, or Peter Parker's now in the shared, MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then we're going to have all these extra villains just for Peter Parker, just for Spider-Man, in New York, where the Avengers are also located at, and they have no say in this whatsoever.
Yeah, it's like, how do you hype it to the point where it actually still means something?
Yeah, that's why if you brought it in with just Venom, you start with Venom's backstory, you tie that in there, and those two, basically go at it. I can see that. It's something that will be cool to see, hopefully, but it will not be so grandiose an event.
Just don't bring
that
back
it would.
Topher Grace.
Oh, come on.
Hey, Parker.
Yeah. Oh, well. Oh, what else is in the news? So many other things. Oh, Star Wars. Why am I talking about Star Wars? So, they've already made the announcement that the Blu-ray versions come out in April, with the digital HD release happening just before then. Nothing about that's really changed. They just verified the dates, as well as actually what's going to be available in the Blu-ray versions. Thankfully, for the most part, regardless of where you purchase this at, you'll get about the same in terms of content. Behind-the-scenes stuff, blueprint of a battle, the snow fight, a bit about John Williams, some stuff from ILM. The problem is, therefore, a physical version of this movie, you have 3 places to go: Target, Walmart, and Best Buy. Each of those locations actually have their own exclusive twist to this release. Target has their own special cover for it, but they actually include another 20 minutes of bonus content. Behind the scenes stuff with Daisy Ridley and John Boyega. They take a look at the costumes and the weaponry and the props. That's kind of cool. More behind the scenes stuff. Walmart doesn't have that, but it has an exclusive BB-8 packaging art and an exclusive Star Wars Galactic Connections trading disc. Okay.
But notice Connections isn't spelled normally.
No, it's for some game. And then Best Buy basically have a Blu-ray combo pack that features an exclusive steelbook packaging. At that point, it's like, do I want something that looks shiny, or do I want the extra content?
It's not even that. It's what I fear is the fact that yes, you're going to end up spending $20 extra for this.
Yeah, I mean, you can always just buy it on iTunes or whatnot to get a digital copy of it, but then again, you lose out on some of these other aspects.
I mean, I'm cool. You know me. I like having physical copies, but
Right.
they fucked me. They fucked me hard with Battlefront.
Oh, yeah, and it gets worse with Battlefront 2, though. Hey, look, we're going to expand Battlefront. Awesome, sounds great.
But we already knew that. I mean, even when we first popped in that disc,
yeah,
we were all like, okay, all the content's missing. Fuck, we're gonna get DLC. But you know, eventually, when like a month later, like, oh, you're gonna get new characters. We're gonna give you new people to play as, new heroes, new villains, new map packs. Awesome. Our little nerd brains fucking almost exploded trying to think of the fucking possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cool, maybe I can play as Chewie, or you know, maybe I can play as like Mace Windu or like any fucking thing else.
Yep.
But instead, we get goddamn Greedo and goddamn Nia Nub. For those of you who have no idea who that is, don't worry, you're normal. Greedo, obviously, the one who got his face shot off because Han shot first.
Mm-hmm.
Nia Nub, the little Asian fish monster from Return of the Jedi. He was Lando Calrissian's Chewie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's like 2 degrees of separation from what anybody wanted.
Yeah. I mean, you do get some extra map packs. But the thing is, though, again, this is all online. Yes, there's a new mode, Extraction, but that's also online.
I'd rather play as Dengar than Nia Nub.
Are we going to go up to just try to stretch out to try to find those most obscure...
You know what? Salacious Crumb. Boom. I'd rather play as
Salacious
him.
Crumb. All right.
Just a little ugly Muppet just going... Oh, yeah.
A little hop along the map itself.
Bullshit.
It's been so bad that many fans have been clamoring for an offline mode. Give me a campaign that I can play offline. Yes, the online part is fun to a point. You kind of get bored with it after a while. At least we did. But an offline campaign using something like this, you have so much potential to create such great storylines. Whether you create your brand new storyline or you do your own take on the existing content. I think it'd be fantastic.
Yeah, they could have done so much.
Even John Boyega from episode 7, Finn, has already made a publicly posted the tweets to EA saying, "So where's our offline mode?" Like even people in Star Wars are wondering.
I would even play as Finn, and he was kind of a little bitch. At least he had a lightsaber.
Yeah, this is true. Didn't know how to use it at the time, but he'll get used to it. Oh. Yeah, so you got Star Wars, you have Ghostbusters. Let's go to some nostalgia aspects from Nickelodeon. Their Nicktoons back in the day are nostalgic for both of us.
Okay,
yeah. They had a lot of great stuff.
Well, some of it. I didn't really watch a whole lot of the Nicktoons.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't watch, like Doug and Rugrats and...
I was more or less thinking like the more later ones. Like I know there was a lot of people I know who were... Kablam was big for them.
Kablam, okay.
Angry Beavers, Cat Dog.
Right.
Like, that was huge for them, like,
I don't know. And with everything nowadays, it seems to be, like, on its way back as, because nostalgia's in. You have, the Full House sequel, you have Powerpuff Girls returning, and then now there's this thing. Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Whoa, don't you dare diminish
I call it this thing.
This thing? No, Legends of the Hidden Temple is an experience, and it is magical for everyone involved.
It was all about Double Dare and Double Dare 2000.
You can eat a dick, madam.
Yes.
I have nothing against Mark Summers.
Jeez.
Alright. But I think we can all agree Legends of the Hidden Temple was a much better show than Double Dare.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Swimming across that river or the moat. Steps of knowledge. Whatever the fuck they decided for the next 2 games were.
Those...
I'm just saying, if you didn't sweep and get the 2 full medallions, there was no way those kids were ever making it. Just, you know it's true.
Alright, the reason why we're talking about this is because Nickelodeon they decided to bring back Legend of the Hidden Temple, but not as a game show, which, okay, I guess game shows aren't really in right now. They're deciding to bring it back as a TV movie. Not quite sure about this one. Let me read the synopsis. So, in Hidden Temple, three siblings must conquer a series of obstacles to remain alive, mirroring the theme of the original game show. The TV movie, slated to appear in the fourth quarter of 2016, will nod to other elements from the original show, including, was it Olmec? I always forget.
Olmec?
Olmec, thank you. I always forget about the talking head. The Steps of Knowledge, and cameos from a green monkey, red jaguar, and silver snakes, among others. So they basically got drunk.
I don't know how I feel about this now.
Through all.
I mean, I know you do some like research for these shows, but I go into them blind.
Right.
Not because I don't give a shit, because it's more fun for me to just kind of wing it. That sounds terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
Completely.
you thought they were legitimately just gonna bring back game shows.
No, they're not bringing back the game show. They want to take the game show and think, you know what? We can make a movie out of that.
Have they learned nothing from Ghostbusters?
No?
Not Ghostbusters. Goosebumps.
No? Oh, yeah.
Why must they ruin my childhood?
Just wait till you see two purple parrots flying by.
That's probably all
no-
it's gonna be.
For no reason. It'd be this giant, winking nod to the audience saying, hey, remember this? Remember this part?
Oh, Mac and that creepy voice.
Yeah, well, it's Nickelodeon. They're going to do what they think is right. On a side note, Disney did confirm that Big Hero 6, we thought was actually going to be getting a movie, sequel. Most likely is still going to get that, but most recently they announced that Big Hero 6 will become a TV series to premiere on Disney XD in 2017. Supposed to take place or start right after where the film left off. They go off Hiro and Baymax, as well as the rest of the team for the Big Hero 6, and their random adventures around San Francisco. Okay, we should have seen this one coming.
Well, yeah.
It's gonna be cute. It's Baymax. I'm fine with that. Do we need another movie for this one? Yes, I actually really enjoyed this movie, especially because of the fact that it's nothing like the source material. Because the source material was shit. Did you ever read Big Hero 6? It was awful.
I'd say shit.
It
wasn't
was
good.
awful.
I just looked at it. Probably wasn't my cup of tea. Someone probably liked
No,
it.
it was.
Alright.
It was like, here, let's make a Marvel comic that incorporates elements from Japan and manga, and I'm like, wow, you got the completely wrong idea of how this all works. Okay then.
Take the worst ideas of everything and use that as a basis. That's how you make something good, right?
Sure, I guess. I mean, it could be worse. It could be Microsoft with their whole what they're planning on with their new virtual reality headset. The reason I bring that up because
everyone trying to catch up. That's just everyone trying to catch up.
Yeah, well, okay, let me rephrase that. Microsoft HoloLens, in theory, looks awesome. I would actually pick one up if it was available within reason. Apparently now you can pre-order for the development kit to take one at home yourself.
You want to spend $800
for a
it?
low price of $3,000. And it requires a bunch of excess gear, and it they say it does come with 3 games, 3 apps, including one called Young Conker. Yes, Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Hey, let's not forget where he technically started from.
Nintendo.
Yes, Nintendo, but I was gonna say Diddy Kong Racing.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Conker was one of the drivers for that. I remember when that game came out, it also came with a fucking VHS, letting you know about other available Nintendo products.
I remember
coming
those.
soon.
Yeah.
And one of them was for a Conker's video game, and it was like nothing that we actually got.
Oh God, no. Just like this one. People keep on saying that, okay, when Microsoft bought Rare, it's like, okay, when are we going to get, like, Conker's Bad Fur Day or any of those other great titles. Another Banjo-Kazooie game would be amazing.
We did. It was called Nuts and Bolts.
But instead, for the few people who can shell out $3,000 for these things, there's a thing called Young Conquer, which features Conquer utilizing your actual space in your living room or wherever you're going to be using this to create the level for him to play. But he
You gotta
looks...
make the image bigger. He just looks like he's done way too much heroin.
He really does. This is to be really young, so this is not the...
The weird speed suit.
I...
That's what it is. What the fuck is that? He has like a weird powder blue Mission Impossible like speed suit onesie.
Yeah. I don't know. Not gonna look good. So, but yeah, $3,000 for the dev kit.
I mean, it's hard to improve upon a classic. Conker's Bad Fur Day was an amazing game.
Yeah.
I've rented that thing multiple times from Blockbuster. Old as that makes me sound.
Meh. That doesn't make you sound too
You
old.
fight a giant hunk of shit called the Great Mighty Pooh.
Mm-hmm.
You summon him by throwing corn into a giant shithole. Literally a shithole. You see feces everywhere and it just goes into a giant sinkhole.
Yeah?
And the chunks of corn end up making its teeth. You defeat it by throwing toilet paper at it. While
Yeah.
it sings operatic songs to you. Instant classic.
Oh. Alright. I think that's actually gonna kind of be it for this this episode. Wasn't much out there to begin with.
We skipped a week too, that's what's weird.
We did. There's always gonna be slow weeks, but that's fine. We still have plenty of stories. We have plenty of news. We have plenty of alcohol. We're all good. So. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us as always.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the next episode for Geeks and Drinks. I'm Jason.
Good.
Cheers, Internet.